What's up, everyone? Lucas here, and today I thought we could talk about lighting, and in particular, how I actually light my YouTube videos in my small office. I do enjoy watching some other creators also showing how they do their lights and how they set up, how they actually put them together. So I thought, why not? I actually have been asked this question many times. So yeah, I want to get this done today because it's snowing outside. I don't know if you guys can see it, and I'm so sorry about the color. I have all the lights turned on, but we're gonna change that after. But I don't know if you guys can see outside. Sorry, it might be very, very bright. It is snowing like a lot. So we staying in the office today, and let's do it. But first of all, I need to grab some coffee, and we're gonna do it like old YouTube days, which I miss, and I think I'm gonna be putting more of this back into the channel. So let's go make some coffee with the slow-mo, nice and easy with a cool sound. Let's go. That's good. Right, so first and foremost, what you want to do is to black out your window completely. I am a really big fan of natural light, but unfortunately, here in my office, I cannot use it. And let me see if I can show you guys. Like that glass out there in my balcony, it's green. It's yellow greenish, and unfortunately that casts a greenish yellowish light into my office, so it looks terrible, like just terrible. So I have to black out the windows. So first thing that you should do, even if you don't have the same issue as I have, black out the windows so you have control over your light in your office. So what I did is I just got super nice curtains like I have here, and they're very thick curtains, so I can like them out like this, and with them like that, it also helps me with the sound because my sound is not good. Let me just 1 second turn my key light because otherwise it's awful. But something I did was get type of curtains like that, so it also helps me with the sound because otherwise my room is very, very reverby. I also put some panels. You can actually watch a video about some of the techniques I use to get better sound in your office. I'll link somewhere here so you can check it out. So make sure you black out your windows. Now the second thing here is your key light is the most important light in your entire setup. You don't need to splash the cash and get some incredibly bright light, especially if you have a small office. The light will be close to you. Just get something that can be good enough to light up your face, because otherwise, it's just a lot of money. They're very big and bulky and most likely will not fit. I had to actually change my softbox for this one. I had an 85 one and it was huge. I was barely able to use it here in the office, so it was very frustrating every time I wanted to set up. This way I have a smaller softbox which I can leave it set up here at all times. And at this moment I have my floor or my ceiling light on, which you should never use either. So let's turn that off and then we start to put it together, some of the lights. So just off the bat, without the ceiling light, it looks a lot better. I do have my softbox here. Let me show you guys. that is the Small Rig 120B and is on a 55 centimeter softbox. I do have a neon sign, which I turn it off every time I record because it casts sort of that warm like light in my face, which I don't like to have it. But I turn it off. It is on now, but I turn it off when I actually record it, and it's just better that way. So now let's set up the lights in the background so we can start to build our actual lighting in the office. Right, with the key light here on my left, which is your main light, or should be your main light, normally you should be placing that light at a 45-degree angle. Once you have that light set up, I do have another couple of practical lights that I use just to help me out with the mood of the office. There's some creators that like to put warmer tones in those lights. I tend to leave on a similar Kelvin. So I leave this one in 5,500 Kelvin, 5,500 Kelvin, and 5,500 Kelvin. So all these small lights, they are the same Kelvin value as well as my camera. And one of the most important lights, because my office is incredibly dark and I cannot use the window light, I have a second light, which is a Nunlite Forza 60, and that light is helping to create a bit better separation for my background. So I can light up the background so I can separate myself from the background, otherwise it's too dark. And I use a lantern softbox in the light to help me with the diffusion of the light, so it's also not that harsh. And I use a couple more lights that we're gonna talk about, but first let me show you how I look, or let me show you what I look at every time I record. That's pretty much what I look at. So I have my key light here, my camera is placed on a tripod there, which will be putting the camera soon there. I have a small monitor here where I can check out if everything is correct, and that is pretty much it. I normally have also my iPad here if I have some notes that I need to read, which I don't have at this moment. And a couple more lights I have is this one and this one. This one here on the right is a fuel light that I use, and this one here on the left is a shoulder rim hair light, if you want to call it. So let me put the camera now in the tripod for my normal talking head recording. Because I use the same camera, I have now to then put this camera here there. So let's switch it and I'll be right back. Sorry, something I almost forgot is every time I'm recording I have my XLR microphone here. So then it stays here, so I keep them away when I'm working here so I can have them there. As I think the acoustic of my room is not very good for a boom mic, I would also not have a lot of space to put the boom mic on top of me. I prefer this one. I know it shows on the frame, but that's what I can do for the moment until I get my office, which is hopefully at some point in the future. But that's pretty much what I look at and what I have around me. Now we can go to the normal setup. Right, that is how it looks now with all the lights turned on. Just a little disclaimer, my hair light and the fuel light are not working because I forgot to charge them. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to deal with a little bit more dramatic light coming from this side, so I apologize. But yeah, I forgot to charge them and they have no battery. I think I left them on last time, but anyway, that's pretty much what you would like to do with your YouTube office lighting setup. Again, you don't really have to spend a lot of money on lights. Just buy whatever light that suits to your needs and to your budget. You have a lot of very good lighting in the market that are less than $200 or less than $150. So they probably work. What you really want to do is to make sure that you can diffuse those lights, because when you diffuse them, then you have this nice softer light opposed to a very harsh light, which will not make your videos very nice or your setup, and you're gonna be blind by the end of you recording your first video. So don't do that. Just have some sort of diffuser in front, and you can use some practical lights for your background. Like I have nothing in my office here as a practical light that you could just use in the house. Like I do have some floor lamps and table lamps outside in my house, but I don't use them in my office. You can definitely use it yours if you have some like table lamps or floor lamps. You just place them on the background. You can create a nice cozy atmosphere with your lighting a lot easier and a lot cheaper. It is also something that is not set in stone. Like, I'm always changing my office, and hopefully, as I mentioned before, I will be going to an actual office at some point, a lot bigger, where you can do then a lot other things. But at this moment, I have my small bedroom office here in the house, and that's what I can work with, which is fine for the moment. I like it, I enjoy it, and I think that is ultimately the goal that you should have. Is first that your videos look good, look professional, so you can stand out yourself from the crowd, and also a place that you enjoy, because you most likely going to spend all your time there. Like, I'm always here. If I'm not outside recording, I'm always here. So you gotta like it, you gotta enjoy it. And just one last thing before I go is you can actually achieve this look with a very minimal lighting setup. You don't need a lot of lightings like I have. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lights in total for this setup, which is not crazy, but you don't really need them. I always had those lights laying around. I didn't buy purposefully for the YouTube besides the tube lights. Those I got because I wanted to spice it up a little bit more, but some of the others I was already using before, but you don't need them. Just make sure that your key light is very good. Again, position where mine is, so 45 degree, a little higher and tilted to yourself. Like, I have my camera here, my light here, and my hair light here, and the background light to help me separate from the background to create a little bit more depth when I'm making this type of talking head videos. But hey, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I want to say thank you so much for hanging out with me. Let me know in the comments if you do have any questions about the lighting setup or something that you didn't understand, and I will get back to you with whatever wishes you have. So let me know in the comments. It will be a pleasure for me to continue this chat with you guys in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, because it helps the channel. It helps me to also continue making videos like this. If you have any other questions, please drop them down on the comments down below, and I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, cheese. Damn lights. Forgot to charge them. Yeah, things with batteries. Always batteries. You do